Hey, welcome to Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition right here on RedMediaRadio.com. And if you're seeing us, you're watching us, it is going to be on YouTube via the podcast. But enough about that. I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
And today we're going to talk about roles or gender roles in a relationship. Just real quick, I think it's become like all over the place. You know, women want to be men want to be women, and you know, we still have this whole thing about which each gender is supposed to represent. It's kind of crazy. You don't think so?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, again, this is just our opinion, but we're gonna get started right about nowish. Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. I used to love Mondays, but I never have any time. It's just crazy. I'm like all over the place doing all kinds of stuff, you know, trying to make it happen, trying to make it pop. But I think that as far as roles in a relationship are concerned, I'm doing my job. You know, I'm trying to make it happen. I'm going without sleep. I'm going, you know, I'm dealing with frustration. I'm dealing with aggravation, keeping it all inside because as young men, that's what we're taught. We're supposed to keep it all inside and just suffer through it. It's not really the way it's supposed to go in my mind, but, you know, this is what we teach our youngins. You know, it's like little girls can be emotional, little boys should never be emotional. You know what I'm saying? What are some of the things that come to your mind when you think about what's embedded into us as far as gender roles?
Oh God, I don't know, because I think I was born at a time where it was like kind of starting to get all over the place, but not really all over the place.
I'm not gonna put the year, but
maybe. I mean, the first thing I think is that housework is for women, and the heavy duty housework is for men.
Okay. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I go against that because I can't fix nothing in the house. I have to spend a day on YouTube just to, I guess, fix the sink. You know, there's like water coming out through the faucet or whatever. I got to spend like a day.
Right.
But I can tear apart a computer and put it back together again in my sleep. I can find any information I need on the web. I'm more of a tech person. And I've come to accept that.
Right.
You know, I've come to accept that. You know, as far as children are concerned, I'm very hands-on with children. I think it's very important to be hands-on with the children because I'm vested in them growing up to be responsible, intelligent human beings once they enter into society away from us.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. So I mean, I think I'm not the traditional mother. I mean, I'm hands-on, but I'm not much of a disciplinarian.
Well, that's always been left up to the father in the household.
Yeah, but some other, you know, like I don't know. I'm just not the traditional mother. I don't think I am anyway. I think I'm more. I don't know. Maybe a little too fun sometimes, like, you know, at times.
That's why I end up jumping in. I'm like, this is not a party. This is not a parade. This is not a Senate debate. What we say do is what we say do, and that's the end of the story.
Right.
But I think historically, I mean, even if you believe in caveman times, it's always been once dad raises his voice, it's a wrap.
Yeah, wait till dad gets home.
Yeah. We all have heard that. Like, oh, you want to do that? Oh, wait till your father gets home. You know, regrettably, I think what has happened is society has torn apart our families. And what I mean by our families, I mean black and brown people. They've given a sense of you don't have to be responsible. We are, as black males or black or brown males, we have the odds stacked against us. It's definitely, you don't even have to take my word for it. Just look at the stats. It's hard for us to find, work that's actually worth it. Yeah, anybody can walk into a McDonald's from the age of 16 and up and get a job. But is that going to sustain your family? No. We need jobs that's actually going to pay us for the work that we're putting in. And what has happened is, regrettably, my father passed on when I was at a super early age. When I was like 2 years old, my father passed on. So I had to take a lot of cues from my mother, However, my grandparents kind of said, I think they noticed that there was something missing in my growth, and they stepped in. So every summer, sometimes even winter breaks, I went and spent time with them. I think it was important to them that I understand certain things as far as being a male.
Right.
But we have a society now, especially in our communities, where women are under this whole idea of, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
I can do this on my own. What the hell do I need a man for? Now, given, the situation I was in, my father died when I was 2 years old.
Right.
My mother had no choice but to become both father and mother at the same time.
Right.
But we live in a world now where that's not always the case. Sometimes the case is that, and I know I'm going to get flack for it, but I don't care, where the woman is so overpowering in her presentation of things, where the man is like, why do I have to put up? Why should I let you demasculate me on a constant basis?
Right.
And only be your friend or your companion when the mood suits you or when the need suits you.
Right, yeah. And then you have the people that are trying to bring back, which I think if I had to go on a percentage, I 70% agree with these people that I'm about to speak of and 30% not. Or maybe even 80-20, maybe. The people, like the podcast we were just on, the 6, but that believe that, it's strictly man rules it all. Woman has no say or little say. You're not a man if you don't make all of the choices. You so, like which the
oh, they tried to come at me. They tried to come at me, but I was prepared for it.
Yeah. And then you have the people that, like you said, the other side. I guess if it's politics, they would be considered as the liberals. Like no, everybody can do whatever they want. Women should have, it should be equal. As a matter of fact, I was saying balance, and I didn't get to finish my sentence. I think they thought that I said like it should be a balanced relationship. And what I was going to say was everything takes balance, meaning you can't just expect a woman to silence herself, period. Just go by exactly what I say. And they did say not blindly follow, but basically follow. Right.
Well, they use a lot of references to dogs, puppies.
Yeah, I know.
Again, my whole viewpoint, and you know what? We're allowed to agree to disagree.
Yes.
My whole viewpoint is I want a partner.
Right.
Okay? I want someone that is not only going to allow me to help them grow, but sometimes point out the flaws within me to help me grow.
Right.
Here's the deal. Who besides your mate is around you most of the time? Who besides your mate has essentially the power to help you or destroy you?
Right.
So your dog, even though it might be in the house most of the time, how does your dog help you except barking if someone's on your property? Think about it. How does your dog help you? All you do is, again, that mentality really doesn't work for me because I need somebody in my corner. Like I said earlier, men are raised to hold everything in.
Right.
No matter what's going on in their life, in their little microcosm of their whole living situation, they're told you need to hold that ish in.
Right.
Don't let the world, it shows weakness. But it's slowly destroying you inside.
Right.
So what better person to be able to speak to, maybe even vent to, than your partner?
Right.
But if your partner's a dog, your dog doesn't understand what the hell is going on.
Well,
They can't help.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know they weren't talking about really a dog, but I mean, you gotta also think dogs are loyal. I'm trying to think why a dog would run away. But because a female isn't really a dog, if that woman has something in her and she can't live it, then eventually, no matter how short you think the leash is, if she has half of her brain, she's going to find a way to
break off that leash.
Break off and maybe find somebody
Yeah.
else. And, I think also that mentality, if a man expects a woman, to just listen to everything he says, and I think in a way he opens the door to be used. Because if you're the only one going to work and she's in the house, you don't really know what she's doing. Right. Yeah, even if you have cameras, she can find a way to, have that side piece or that man that even if it's just a friend, that she's going to let everything out because he's just a little bit more empathetic. He's just a little bit more caring. He actually listens to what she has to say. Right. Now, I'm not in any of those people's relationships, so we don't really know. Right. Just like what we said, they weren't really picking up what we were putting out at some point. Yeah. Maybe we weren't picking some things out. We don't know. Their relationship might be beautiful, but I just think it kind of opens the door for, especially if you're a successful man, you're opening the door to be used. Right. Because she could say and agree with everything that you say in front of your face, but there is a point where you're not.
Now the pool boy getting the cuckoo. Yeah. I'm making light of it, but I think there has to be some kind of balancing point. Right. Yes, there are certain things that men are expected to do. They're expected to protect the family. They're expected to make sure that the children are taken care of and well fed. This is understandable. I sign off on this. Yes, there's a certain point where I feel, and I think this is the wrong words to use, but it's the only thing that comes to mind. There are certain points where women should bow down to the process. Okay? No, I agree. There are certain things that in day-to-day life where sometimes me and you go through it where I'm just like, no. I got to think about this. You got to give me space to think about this. Because, again, we look back to the gender roles that inserted into us at very young ages. Women tend to be emotional. Women tend to, at the most part, look at the problem instead of the solution. That's a mindset shift. Yeah. At the end of the day, because I got so much that I want to say, I think we should take a quick break, super quick break, and then we'll jump right back into this whole gender role thing. Yep. How's that sound? Yep. All right, let's go.
Ethereal Collection.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.
Ethereal Collection. The fashion line inspired by Red Media Radio.
All right. Here we are, back to the scene of the crime. I am quite sure that people are going to have a lot to say about this, especially from my last statement, bowing down. Please, hey, listen. This is real talk. And, at the end of the day, these are our opinions. Okay, this is how we feel about life. We just get an outline, sit down, and we talk about it. But if you have something that you want to say, go ahead, send us an email, worldofredmedia@gmail.com, or use the Facebook chat plugin on the website or on Facebook, and go ahead and let us know your opinions. I mean, I try to get back to everybody within a 24-hour period. But yeah, interested to see how you feel about this, But just to pick up where I left off, there are times that, we are confronted with situations, and I have a whole different way of looking at it. If it comes down to anything World of Red Media LLC or World of Red or Red Media Radio, hey, listen, I'm going to say, hey, listen, I got to figure this out. You got to bow down. This is, it's not meant to be disrespectful. it's not just like a Naj Health and Beauty. I'm not gonna, when she's in there making her concoction, I'm like, you should just really add some of that that over there. Put a whole bunch of that in there. I'm not gonna do that because she could basically turn around and say, hey, listen, I got this. Stay in your lane. You don't wear makeup. You don't know anything about makeup. Let me do what it is that I do. Now, I have two choices. I can take it like the, super masculine man and be like, how dare you talk to me that way? I can do anything that I want to do. You don't know who you talk. No, that makes no sense, especially if you're in a relationship. To make an enemy within the relationship.
Right, yeah. I mean, no, I'm sitting here laughing because...
You still had to bow down, man.
No, no, I'm not, because I'm thinking about certain situations we had where I'm like, dang, man, if it was any of them, I'd probably be, oh my God, I don't know what would happen. But, like times where, you have a disagreement, because couples have disagreements. Right. Even the masculine men with the doggish
outlook on life.
Yeah. But, it's times where, you do the manly thing. It's over, it's done. And I'm like, inside, I'm like, this thought is in my head. I have to get it out. Like, it's my feelings. And even though you don't want to hear it, that's why I say, God forbid, oh my God, I probably would get whipped if I was in one of the other masculine relationships. But I do.
Didn't I tell you I didn't want to hear it no more? Whoosh, whoosh.
Even if it's an hour later, 2 days, the longer it's in my head, I have to get it out. And I might say, look, you told me it's over, but I have to get this out. And you'll say, well, it's over. And I still get it out. You're like, you just had to say that. And I'm like, yes, I did. But I just feel bad for the women that probably, if they're in these relationships where they're looked at as, you do what I say, it's like, damn, so that's not healthy for them. Right. Like, that's not healthy to hold
how
your
do you
feelings
grow
in.
that person in a relationship? See, I look at it from a realistic standpoint, and it's realistic for me because, like I said, my father passed away when I was 2. Okay? So, if I have a woman in my life that lives and breathes off of my every word, that doesn't know what should be done unless I give the order, if I pass on, how is that going to reflect on my children?
She gonna go bug wild. That's what happened.
Well, so, wheels up. Y'all asleep? Wheels up. Uncle Charlie coming over to console me. But this is why growth is more important than, I guess, and when I look at, who's that guy's name? Kevin Samuels and stuff, like people like that.
Oh my God, he probably chewed us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at people like that, it's like, okay, I get the whole alpha male syndrome. I get it. It fits in certain situations perfectly. If you're a soldier, being alpha male is actually a win-win because that means that you're probably coming home. I mean, if you're in, like boiler room business, being that alpha male actually works. You are the man. You are the top. You're like that guy in The Wolf of Wall Street. You're at the top of your game. I get that. If you're an athlete, you're at the top of your game. But how does that figure into a relationship where both people are trying to grow? See, when we're put on this planet, we're put on this planet for a couple of reasons. To find your gift, okay, to execute your gift. And in order to do those two things, you've got to grow internally. Now, if someone is telling you that you can't grow for whatever reason, okay, you're not living out what you were put here for. I mean, that's the simplest way that I can put it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is like not like off from, it's almost, I feel like it's almost like we're telling our side of the story because I enjoyed myself on
I had a blast.
I had a blast, but I'm just like, dang, I think they misunderstood. Like either that or I don't know, but I do think now once some things, like I said, a lot, like I'm 70 agree and 30 is like, but you're kind of hindering somebody's growth. Right. But then again, we don't know we don't know.
We don't know what happens behind
perception.
And it's entertainment.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing.
They said it wasn't entertainment because I said that, but I thought that you was being.
Yeah. But here's the deal. Again, we always have people that go completely to the left or the right.
Right.
We always have these people, and again, this is how you live your life. I am not in control of any relationship that you have. Be glad that I'm not single and live on your block. you know, because I will be that ear to listen to. Your problems, your woes, and I might decide to be the pool boy. That way you're not concerned about why I'm in the house. But yeah, I think most people, when you look at the Kevin Samuels and you look at people like this, you're looking at the Trumps. You're looking at the people that just are not making sense, except to the small community of people that believe the same things that they do. Now, that is the wonderful thing about being in this country. You're allowed to have your own opinion and your own thoughts, and you're allowed to live your life the way that you choose to live it. Nobody can take that away from you. The cops try to take it away from you. Government tries to take it away from you. But deep down inside, especially when it comes to your relationships, okay? Yeah, you're allowed to live out your relationship as long as it lasts the way that you see fit. Now, there is a community of women, they're called submissives. Cool, get it. You know, they actually sometimes walk around the street with the leash on. You know, they see themselves as being nothing above being a pet. Okay, me as a male, this is a complete waste of my time. You know, our first conversation, I told you, I said, I enjoy having intelligent conversations. If I have dumbed down my mate to the point that I can't have an intelligent conversation with them, what's the sense of being around?
All right, yeah, and not saying that they said that, because like I said, a lot of stuff they said made sense. But some just...
Well, the man should be the protector.
Yeah.
The man should make sure that his woman and children are taken care of.
And he's the one... I mean, like, for instance, like, you just really gave a prime example, and this isn't me coming at you. But, like, when you gave the reference, if you were single and you were on the block, you would be whatever, to the woman. And if I was, I guess I'll say, an insecure woman or even just totally submissive... or I just wanted to be on your level, if I was to say something like that to any man, it would look like, what the heck? Like,
right, because that's the
it's like, so basically you telling me deep inside you a hoe?
Right,
you know?
Right. But you understand me enough.
Right.
Again, this is not, see, leading by showing, hey, listen, we're human beings.
Right.
You understand that's not even close to on my mind.
Right.
I'm just making...
As a male.
Right,
because... That's not acceptable for females.
Right.
No matter how...
You can be out of a relationship.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
If you're in the relationship, that the alpha male relationship or the equal relationship or either way, for a woman, there's no way it's to come out of a woman's mouth is just like, what the...
Well, I think that's the problem.
But it comes out of a woman's mouth.
It does. I think that's the problem with the roles and how the roles are being skewed throughout the last couple of decades.
Right.
Again, I'm always going to blame social media because it made it no better.
Right.
You know, as many women as they can say there's whorish men, there are whorish women. Right. As many women as can say, oh, there's a wolf pack out there, you know, there's just a bunch of wolves out there. There's a bunch of women that have that same mentality. And I'm not talking about just in Atlanta where the ratio is, I think, 8-2. You know, I'm just saying that, you know, sex is what it is. You know, sexual freedom is what it is.
Right.
You know, the best case scenario in my mind is that, you know, since you're exchanging so much more than just body parts, you know, it should be a spiritual thing. So to me, in my mind, the awakened woman or male doesn't just do it all willy-nilly because they can. You understand what I'm saying? Now this is my mindset. Right. This is my mindset. You know, I don't care if... In fact, we was just talking about this without getting too personal. I said for me, as a male, there needs to be a mental connection.
Right.
There needs to be... I'm past the stage of being 15, 16, 17 years old where, hey, if I can get in the port, I'm good. You know? As you get older, you start to realize that there needs to be a connection. There needs to be a connection. There needs to be something more substantial than exercising, because if you don't look at it as being a connection, that's all it really is exercise with another person. You know, Is it not?
Yeah.
I mean, you can exercise by yourself, but that's a whole different can of worms,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that is, in my mind. I mean, closing thoughts on what I just said.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I don't know. It's exercise. It's risky. It is risky if you go from person to person.
Right.
What you call it, protection or not? But yeah, I can't even. But I mean, you can't. Like I said, that's one thing about me. I am to each his own.
Right.
To each his own. You can say something totally against me. And it's like, hey, okay.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's your body. You deal
Right.
with it as you see fit because it's your body. You came with it, you're going out with it.
Right.
So if you want to give it out like a deck of cards with no emotional attachment or any attachment whatsoever, have at it.
Right.
I have nothing against it. You're not inside my house, inside my door, inside my bed, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Right.
But at the same time, I think this is where, in my mind, looking at, again, what was injected into us being youngins, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. There's women in clubs that will do the old school thing and pull a man by the belt and say, come here and dance with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like crazy. Ooh, it's real crazy. Anywho, while I'm thinking about crazy stuff, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump right back into Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. All right, let's go.
You've busted your ass to get to this stage.
Now that you've made it, where is the support?
Where are your family and friends?
Where are the people that you dropped everything for to be just there for them?
Where is the love and support that you need?
Why do you even care? At this stage, why do you care?
World of Red Media has your back.
I gotta ask you again, why do you even care? Because World of Red Media LLC has marketing and promotion packages that makes it easy. Contact World of Red Media LLC, the offices of World of Red Media LLC, 518-291-9186. Because I'm going to tell you something. No matter what they do, we have your back. World of Red Media Marketing. We have your back. I don't care about those other people. I just don't. Contact us. We got your back. Marketing and promotions made easy. All right. Here we are back at Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition, right here on RedMediaRadio.com. Very interesting conversation, gender roles, especially those gender roles in relationships. I know already there's going to be a lot of people that disagree either with what I said or what Latifah said. Really don't care. But interested in hearing your feedback. So make sure that you send an email to worldofredmedia@gmail.com, letting us know exactly how you feel, or just use the messenger plugin that's right on redmediaradio.com and let us know how you feel about this episode. We left off talking about sex or the sexual freedom and where it fits into gender roles. Me growing up, any woman or young lady that just felt, as sometimes they feel nowadays, hey, listen, I'm stressed out. Let me just get my rocks off. It doesn't matter who. What was usually attributed to men. That's what men were supposed to do. Didn't make it right. But yet and still, we add labels to women do. We call them garden tools. We call them ratchet. We call them whores. Whatever. However, I guess you can say it's none of your business. How a person chooses to live their life, as long as it doesn't intersect or intertwine with your life, why are you worried about it?
Right. No, yeah, I agree. I think that people are going, no matter what movement says what, people are going to do what they want anyway.
Right.
So, it's not like, anything that I put up on social media is not to persuade anyone of anything. It's just either my feelings, I thought it was funny, I understand, maybe not even the whole thing. And I think that that's a big thing with what's going on now with social media, podcasts, stuff like that, is people aren't getting what it's really about. It's really just about creativity, person that, created it or whatever. and it's just for basically entertainment.
Yeah.
People are going to do exactly what they want
What
to
to
do.
do?
Anyway, so-
You know, and why not do what it is, what works for you in a relationship? Let's just take the whole subject out of the equation. Let's just take the whole gender role thing out of the equation. So you fall in love with a young lady. You go ahead, you get married, and she ends up, just before you get married, she starts up a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, and her, as you go through the relationship, her ask of you is, hey, listen, I've got to focus on this business. You don't even have to go to work. We have more than enough here. But what I do need you to do is to watch the kids. Now you got a choice here. You can go with this whole alpha male, male superiority complex, or maybe even how you was raised as a youngin', and decide, I ain't watching no kids. You need to stay at home and watch the kids. In fact, give up your job and do what a woman is supposed to do. That's essentially shooting yourself in the foot.
Right.
Because you didn't think about the relationship. You thought more about how other people would view you.
Right.
How maybe your family members would view you. I'm going to tell you something. There are people in your life right now that will actually pick a side for you, knowing that it's not going to work out right. It's never going to work out right. That person is either going to get divorced, or basically, she's not going to deal with them, or she's going to find someone that thinks on her level. Now, people will always think what it is that they want to think. You could have the best damn relationship in the world. You could have the worst relationship. Your relationship could be on the rocks. Your relationship could be on the process of being rebuilt. However, there's always somebody on the sidelines that has an opinion about your relationship. And a lot of these podcasts and a lot of these shows and a lot of these talk shows and these radio shows, these are those people. These are those people. Why are you listening to someone that has no idea how the day-to-day dealings of life plays out in your home?
Yeah, no, I agree. So that's why I said I think it's for, it's not for us, the people that are viewing, to take, so serious. I also think, both these different movements, I'll speak specifically to the feminist movement and the masculine movement. I think that, and I could be wrong, but it may be some other inner issues, maybe some confidence issues, maybe some past life traumatic issues that, cause their brain to say, go extreme. Because some people lack that balance, and I'm not saying it like I know, but I'm just saying from my own personal, I know it's been times in my life where I've lacked balance because this happened to me, that's it, no more. I'm never gonna be like this again. Now, am I like that now? No. Because I realized that basically I'm letting something that happened to me control who I am. So, and that's not me. So I think like with the feminist movement, maybe these are a bunch of heartbroken women or women that's been cheated on, or they've been with that masculine not too masculine, but controlling man, and they're like, what? No, now it's, just all...
It's all about me.
Yeah.
It's all about me.
And then, I think the masculine movement, maybe they were rejected by women before, or maybe they had a power.
Or they got played.
I would say they got played, or maybe they don't like the fact that most women that are successful business women, without nobody else, just them building it on their own, they don't want to feel that, I don't want to say threat, or threat, competition, or just the fact that she's confident enough to say, act like a dog. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, you know what I do? I have employees, and you're going to treat me like, yeah. So I think it may be, and it may not be.
Right. No, you hit a few good points. Unlike a lot of these movements, we're not trying to tell you what to do. If we are trying to tell you what to do, it's to work on what works best for you. Not what people are saying, not who's trending or any of this stuff. I found it strange. Again, I'm not coming at the Six podcast, But I found it strange because they just like kind of unleashed on me. It sounds like you've got poor confidence or you've got confidence issues. It's like, dude, this is all I talk about is how to build confidence. Because I admittedly have been at a stage where I didn't have that much confidence. You know, and that's just being transparent. But I went ahead and I worked on that. Now, to be confident in a relationship, to me, in my mind, means that you're confident that your mate loves you, that you're confident that your mate has your best interests in mind, that you're confident that, hey, listen, there's going to be some rocky times, there's going to be some rough seas, but we can navigate through this. That's what confidence in a relationship means. Now, as far as, and I think this was brought up because I said, hey, you know, I value her opinion. Why wouldn't I value the opinion of someone that I'm in a relationship with? Why wouldn't people value the opinion? It's like when you're a child, you will value the opinion of what your parents say to you. You may have to sort out what they're teaching you later on in life, but at that stage, you value it. You know, we go through life, you know, in the early ages of dating, we get our hearts broken. It happens every time. Everybody goes through this. We get our hearts broken. It's because we're confident that that person has our best interests in mind. As we grow older, we start throwing other pieces in. We start saying, hey, listen, my goal is to grow. My goal is to have children. My goal is to raise these children correctly. My goal is to make sure that we're superstars. Whatever the goal is, you sit down together and work on that. Because if you don't, what you find out is you're only living your goals with no concern to the other person's goals. And, you know, whether you believe in the feminist movement or the masculine movement, how is that working out for everybody? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, even a movement that I guess I could consider myself a part of, the whole positive movement. I think everything just takes balance. If you consider yourself, you know, the new positive movement, you know, thinking positive, being positive, you're only human. So if somebody does something, somebody comes and spits in your face, you're not going to just be like, bless you.
No, hell no.
You know, I feel sorry. I'm sorry that you're going through that right now. Right. But, you know, I just can't let this affect my... No, you're going to snap. Shoot, depending on who you are. Right. I'm going to look for the closest thing. Yeah, I might spit back at you. I might do a few things. Right. But, you know, that's what it takes. Don't be extreme. I think that when anybody's too extreme in any belief, that is what hinders them. That extremist stuff is like, because it doesn't... How are you really experiencing life? Because when you're extreme, then that means you only believe in what you believe in, and that's it. Somebody great can come into your life. It could be, if you're running a business, a secret investor, and they just want to see your mindset. And they may say something that's totally opposite of your beliefs, and you, oh, no, you know, I just can't deal with you anymore. And then, you know, later you get an email that you know, it's like the boss. I tried. Yeah, like undercover boss. Like, you know, you messed up. So, yeah, I think balance is really... important. I don't mean balance in relationships. I mean balance within yourself. Yes.
You decide, you know, what path you want to take at the end of the day. However, you know, again, we look at the realistic equation. There's somebody else involved with that life now. You know, this is the part where you untether yourself from being selfish. This is the part where you untether yourself from only thinking about your wants and your needs. We find, you know, in fact, you know, I want to take a break from this right now because I find my mind like wandering all over the place, and there's so much that I want to talk about, especially with these two movements, the feminist movement and the whole, you know, super masculine male movement. I you know what? Let's lighten it down a bit. You got a huge promotion going on. I got to talk about this. What She Said, the card game. You want to discuss that really, really quick while I get my thoughts together? Yeah, well, I only have, I think, maybe 2 more, but with every pre-order is pay no shipping and handling, which is about $10, depending on where you live. Could be more than $10. Right. And also get a free What She Said t-shirt. Okay. Okay. All you got to do is when you put in your pre-order, make sure that you give her the size, and you will be fly and correct at your next gathering, not only with the game, but with a fly t-shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what? It's just strange because I don't know. You know, again, I'm always happy for people's success. This is part of the reason why I don't believe in cancel culture. I just don't tune in. Howard Stern was on for years. Never felt the need to listen to it. I think I listened to a half episode and I was like, this doesn't align with my thinking. So I'm not going to listen to it. End of story. End of story. Me not listening to it, he continues to do what he wants to do. I think to this very day, Howard Stern is doing what it is that he needs to do. These podcasts are the same thing. We're not looking at them as entertainment. We're looking at them as gospel. You have to decide how far you want to go with this. You want to be a super feminist and that works for your lifestyle, go for it. Have a blast. You want to be that super, masculine man from back in the caveman days, walking around with a stick like Fred Flintstone, go for it. But it should be your choice. It shouldn't be someone else telling you that this is the way that all men are supposed to act, or this is the way that all women are supposed to act. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Anything you want to add before we close this out?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm just testing the waters there, But no, for real, again, your comments are very, very important. Relationships, are precarious things by themselves. In our communities, we're being told by so many people how we're supposed to let our relationships play out, and it's killing many relationships. There's someone that's impressionable, be it a man or a woman, that's listening to these shows and saying, this is the way I'm supposed to be. This is the way that I make myself happy. That's not always the case. You need to have a conversation with your partner and figure out what's going to make both of you happy, because it's called a relationship. It's not called it's just me or it's just you. Does that make sense?
Yep. That makes sense. Yep.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to redmediaradio.com. So much going on, but we definitely appreciate your time. The one thing that I'm sure of, you never get back. Tune in this week, every week. Just keep it locked right here on redmediaradio.com. We always have your back. If you need marketing or promotions, for your brand, service, or your music, please reach out to us at worldofredmedia@gmail.com. We will have an exciting and hopefully a way to show that we always have your back right here at redmediaradio.com. So that being said, I am Red.
And I'm Latif.
And you already know, love you.